one of the bigger issues which a lot of early stage founders don't understand is they are probably going to institutional investors right on day one is not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? तो ये जो difference है कि एक तो choosing whom to go to first, how to take that call, and also what is the difference between an angel and an institution. बहुत ही basic I'm asking because a lot of
बहुत
people
बढ़िया,
would need to get their foundations right.
बहुत बढ़िया, wonderful. Okay. So, first of all, angel versus VC. When you say institutional, typically we call it a VC, a venture capitalist. So the angel, who's the angel? I am an angel investor. मैंने अपना पैसा डाला, ठीक है, चाहे 5 लाख डाला, एक कंपनी में 10 लाख डाला, जो भी डाला. I am an angel investor. The VC is a little different from me because the VC does not put in his own money. The VC takes money from other investors who say, I would like to be in the world of startups, I would like to invest, I don't have the time, I don't have the know-how. यार VC please मेरा पैसा ले ले, you decide कहाँ डालना है, ठीक है, and just give me good returns at the end of 5 years or 6 years or 7 years. Okay, so essentially the angel puts in his own money, whereas the VC puts in somebody else's money. It's very much like you are investing directly in the stock market and you decide what to buy, whether it is, HDFC Bank or Reliance or L&T or whatever, versus you're investing in a mutual fund where the fund manager decides where to put your money, and he's putting in your money, not his own money. Okay? So ये fundamental difference. Now, given the fact that this is the fundamental difference, what is the difference? What is the implication? There are two implications. Number one, because the VC is putting in somebody else's money, so he is essentially running a business, right? He's created a fund, maybe a 500 crore fund, a crore rupee fund, and he says, put in your money and I'll give you X return. Well, he can't guarantee returns, but hopefully I'll be able to give you decent returns at the end of the life cycle of the fund, which may be 7 years. Because he is putting in somebody else's money and he's running a business, he cannot take the kind of risks that the angel can take. See, I am an angel. I like, let's say, Sohail as a startup. यार मेरे को सोहेल की शक्ल पसंद है, more likely मेरे उसको बाल पसंद है, ठीक है, तो मैं कहता हूँ ठीक है यार सोहेल, मैं तेरे स्टार्टअप में पैसा डाल रहा हूँ. Maybe it dies, maybe I lose that money, ठीक है, मेरा 5 लाख चला गया, 10 लाख. The VC cannot think like this. He can't say मुझे सोहेल की शक्ल पसंद है, therefore I'm putting in money. The VC has to invest in companies which are far less risky, and therefore the VC normally invests at a much later stage than the angel. Okay, the angel can invest early, no problem. I like let's say Kamal's face, उसकी कंपनी में पैसा डाल दिया, and I lost money, or maybe I won gain money. But the VC says, hang on, I will wait for this to stabilize in the next 2 years and grow. And if I find it's a good business and it is actually growing, surviving, keeping out competition, then I will invest. So the VC normally invests at a much later stage. When I say much later, it could be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. 2 years is a normal, is a common calendar time frame. But like I said, it's not a rule. It's not a hard and fast rule. And the angel can invest early. When you go to, you can go to an individual. For example, people have gone, I've had people coming to me, founders coming to me, who have said, sir, mera neighbor hai, he has a wholesale shop in Chavdi Bazaar and he is willing to put in 25 lakhs. First of all, I must clarify, nothing against Chavdi Bazaar. बहुत बढ़िया है, बहुत बढ़िया चाट मिलती है वहाँ पे. And I know those are very good businesses, many of them. For those of you who don't know Delhi, that's beyond the old Delhi, New Delhi railway station. Okay. However, my comment is very simple. Does this guy know what he is doing? He'll give you 25 lakhs. Every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, he's going to ask you, profit kahan hai, profit kahan hai, profit kahan hai. There'll be pressure on you. Okay, dhanda dikhao. Maybe for the next 2 years, you have to only invest in marketing and product development, and therefore you cannot show profits for the next 3-4 years, right? This guy will probably not understand that. Okay, so he's the wrong guy to go to. If you go to an angel network, you know what an angel network is? And let me clarify. Um, once upon a time, you had only some very few rich angels, real super rich guys, right? वो 1 crore 2 crore डाल सकते हैं, correct? और you had only about 300-400 of these guys at that time. ठीक है? आज की डेट में क्या हो गया? क्या हो गया? Suddenly there is an explosion in startups, the explosion in information. TV channels talk about startups. They talk about valuations like what, $20 billion, $25 billion, $11 billion. So even the common man, पहले सिर्फ सुपर रिच एंजल होता था, राइट? कॉमन मैन सेज बॉस मेरे को भी इसमें डालना है, मेरे को भी ऐसे पैसे कमाने, राइट? So today you probably have about 50,000 common man investors. और क्या बुलाते हैं उनको? किताब में मैंने ये लिखा है, सॉरी,
रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स।
नहीं, अरे नहीं बॉस, क्या
नेटवर्क बोला ना?
अरे नहीं बॉस, क्या, दे आर कॉल्ड आम आदमी एंजल्स. Please, I must clarify, it has nothing to do with you know who, right? It is not a political party. It's Aam Aadmi angel investors, right? So now the problem is Ratan Tata has his own advisors, right? Business analysts, ये वो सब कुछ है. बेचारा आम आदमी एंजल के पास क्या, कुछ भी नहीं, ना लॉयर है, ना अकाउंटेंट, ना एनालिस्ट है. He needs support. वो सपोर्ट कौन देता है? एंजल नेटवर्क. Similarly, if the Aam Aadmi angel is investing and the startup wants to raise, let's say, 1 crore or 1.5 crores, you probably need 30 to 40 Aam Aadmi angels. Ratan Tata could put 1 or 2 crores alone, right? Now you need 30 to 40 guys getting together. That is where the angel network comes in. So angel network is like a club. Delhi Gymkhana Club, it's like a club, right? It has members, each of whom is an angel investor. And on the other side, startups approach it for funding. So it supports the members in evaluating the startup, in putting up startups, etc. And it supports the founder in getting money, right? So normally you will not approach an individual angel, you will approach an angel network. That means two things. Number one, it means you actually have no choice as to who's going to invest. Because उस angel network में से 50 लोग करेंगे, हो सकता है 20 लोग करेंगे, वो कौन है, you don't know right now. But anybody who joins an angel network, because of the fact that there is so much happening and there is so much learning and education, they have realized that it is not a quarter by quarter game. It's a long term game. मैंने पैसा डाला है, it is what I call play money. मैंने पैसा डाला है because I can afford to lose this money. देखते हैं 4 साल में 5 साल में क्या होता है. So if you go through an angel network, which is what you should do, right? Typically you will not come across investors who keep pestering you every quarter, boss, धंधा दिखाओ, धंधा दिखाओ, धंधा दिखाओ. Like, you will get angel investors who are who realize what is happening, and they realize you need to spend time and money to grow the business.